What's up guys, Jay Flix here, I'm back with another video. Welcome back to my Fast and Furious series, and today we're going to be talking about Fast 5, the 5th movie in the franchise. And this one came out in 2011, it stars, and it's directed by Justin Lin. So in this movie, we have fugitives Dom, Brian, and Mia as they recruit a team to steal $100 million from a drug lord named Reyes, while trying to dodge a tough-as-nails DSS agent named Luke Hobbs, played by The Rock. I remember seeing Fast and 5 in theaters when it came out in 2011, and I really enjoyed it. And I actually still enjoy it to this day. But I really like how this is actually the start when they rebooted the franchise as what it is now. Over the top, action. It was no longer about street racing, but it just went over the top. And I didn't really mind that. I actually don't mind how the franchise is now. I mean, these are still fun movies. And a lot of people say this is the best in the franchise, which I probably might have to agree because, the first Fast and Furious will always be my favorite. I mean, that movie's my childhood and it's still my favorite. But I will say, when I saw Fast 5, I say this actually became my favorite since the first one though. And I also really did like the heist element in this movie because when you look back on the first one, it was actually a Point Break ripoff. Like it was literally Point Break with cars. And when you look at Fast 5, it's sort of a ripoff of Ocean's 11, which is one of my favorite heist movies. And I love heist movies, like I really do. And I really like how this movie was a heist movie. And what also really surprised me about this movie was that they kind of brought almost everyone back. I mean, you bring Tej back, you bring Roman back, you bring Han and Giselle back, and about Tej and Roman, I never thought I'd see those guys again. Like, I thought Too Fast, Too Furious was the last time we ever saw them, but they brought them back. And I'm really happy that they did that too, because I did really like those characters in Too Fast, Too Furious. And we're also introduced to Hobbs in this movie, played by The Rock. Now, when I heard that The Rock was going to be in a Fast and Furious movie, I got really excited because it's The Rock, and I've always been a fan of The Rock. And at first, I thought he was going to be the villain of this movie, but it turns out he's just the toughest-nails cop who's hunting them all because they're fugitives. And he literally became one of the coolest characters in the franchise. Like, he was a scene stealer. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention one more character they brought back, and that was Vince. They brought Vince back, and they actually made him likable. Now, because I didn't really like Vince all that much in the first movie because I thought he was just a dick in the first movie, but this movie actually made me like Vince. And but he's not in the movie all that much. He only appears in the first act, in the third act, and spoilers: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They actually kill him off. And I didn't really mind that, but at least they made him likable though. I even have to talk about the action sequence, because the action sequence in these movies are really good, like seriously. And besides, Justin Lin really knows how to make a good action movie, and the action sequences are really good. And also the fight between Dom and Hobbs was amazing. It was amazing. That was amazing to see on screen. Back when I first saw this, I was like, I'm just looking at, oh my God, The Rock is fighting Vin Diesel. Oh my God. I was enjoying every scene in that movie. That's probably one of my favorite fight scenes in the movie was Hobbs and Dom. And I will say that they did get into a really brutal fight though, but I will say that's still my favorite fight in the franchise. All right, so my final thoughts on Fast 5. I still really like this movie. I still really enjoyed it. I mean, it's probably I think this might be my favorite since the first one still. And a lot of people say this is the best in the franchise, which I don't, I actually do kind of agree. Like, I think it's the best. It's like, I will say it's not a lot of people say this is the best movie in the franchise, but it literally became my favorite since the first one. So I guess you can say 1 and 5 are my favorite Fast and Furious films. But overall, I love Fast 5. It's good. It's a great heist movie, and I still enjoy it to this day. Overall, that's my take on Fast 5. So comment below. Let me know what you think about Fast 5. How it still holds up for you. Make sure you subscribe. Catch you next time.